Today's headline: Tweet Storm. President of the United States has spent the past few days denying that the deaths of 3,000 American citizens in Puerto Rico even occurred. That's right. President Trump wants us to believe that the official death toll in Puerto Rico, 2,975, the number of people who are dying is a direct result of the storm and the federal government's official response to it is a hoax. I conspiracy against him because that's how powerful like politically insecurity is. So September 20 of less than a week away works 1 year since we allowed in Puerto Rico, and we just recently got the official deafening is no thanks for our government. Governor of Puerto Rico had to ask researchers at the George Washington University to get actual figures that the president is now insisting must be made up. Just last night, Trump tweeted, when Trump visited the island shortly last October, official storm believing 16 people had died from Maria, according to the Washington Post. This was long after the work took place. There were many months in when 64 people that like magic 3,000 people killed. They hired research to tell them how many people had died in Puerto Rico. How would they not know this? This matter was never done previous hurricanes or just strengthened. Know how many people were killed 50 times. That's original number. No way. This latest tweet storm comes day after Tropico's Democrats, yes, Democrats, of inflating the number just to make him look bad. Of course, here no evidence to support his wild claim, there's none, it's a lie, particularly odious one. The deal press president and appears expressing apathy, the basic human decency, or even accepting reality when confronted with it. This is spurting at the alarming, but that's sadly what we come to expect from him, and it seems pointless to ask him to do better. And not stunning to me, however, is the lack of pushback from Republican leadership. In response to the President's defense's tweets denying the deaths of American citizens, Senate Majority Leader Connell, I said nothing. Speaker of the House Paul Ryan said he has no reason to doubt the numbers, okay? Sir Lindsey Graham questioned the methodology of the report. He isn't either compel your government to do its job, and it says the devil itself when you have to question the methodology of a college commission study. But how hard is it for a member of Congress to say the president is wrong, the number of all right? Puerto Rico has 7 enough, and this just adds insult to injury. Why is that? Acknowledging the deaths of American citizens suddenly require political courage. Why does that now imperil and elected officials' re-election efforts? Why is that somehow big we can be important? In the United States, they're bullying the Republicans to support him and cowards. Meanwhile, another storm equally as real continues to wreak its havoc on the southeastern coast. By starting as a category for hurricane, now critical storm Florence are removing grass store as significant unprecedented traveling in the Carolinas and putting to officials 800,000 businesses are without power, and this day people put another interim fit has died in the Skilling, and one death has been reporting so far in Oneida and Lizards. The storm is gonna see international live there. He's in Jacksonville, Carolina, and our latest well, just become on here this afternoon. Rainfall begins when I have a beautiful low for the last couple of hours when we're downpour here. And so this is one neighborhood emblematic, and many people in this area are dealing with it. Do we lose Ed? Looks like we've lost, so try to pick him up again, but trading me. Now the Republican Congressman from South Carolina, Worth Norman. Congressman as Lawrence moves England, your distant then the direct half of the storm. What are you hearing from your constituents? How are you feeling? Do you think they'll prepare? We've held the head blown up yet. He said, but the problem, the work have a Nile is a mess of a matter of rain to project it over the next 12 hours. And millions and 45 hours now. The die on trees, the hands there was a lady from Mazda now presents that a tree fell down and she hit it. The undermining of a road. This they unfortunately we're still in it. This not to extend of a coast kind of threat, but the worst just come. So when you say the worst, what do you bracing for in particular? Is it more flooding? Are you fearing winds damage? What specifically are you most worried about? The water and the wind with trees. I'll talk about I'm falling earlier and it was talking about the winds that I much later on could stay the line the winds 24 miles an hour. Even our winds at in the past 6 hours the probable no as the sign was 30 by 40 miles this is dangerous. So from what you can see from your village and how the federal response been to the storm. It's been phenomenal. From the governor meetings for FEMA to the sheriff that sued the place their money David from the 4 minutes a day. At that briefing, so governor left for the last 2 hours. It's not phenomenal communications because bad good United States Customs for throw have been by this American ever if ever. The United States of President of South Carolina, they were grateful, family grateful for what they done, minister great experience to help the very terminal force of storm. Yeah, that's great to hear. So, before you leave, you want to say to people who might be watching that now it's just a tropical storm. Don't be goaded in a sense of security steer of the world, but if the secondary roads, the big problem if we have it near a second now would be roads and watch job that you can't really say that aren't just tough roads. You can't stay up. Thank you, Congressman, for joining us and letting us stay safe and care to keep us in the pressure. Thank you. We have seen a national conference in Lavender in Jacksonville. Ed, you were saying, hey, how continue? So I was trying to give you a sense of what we're doing at the Nivigable New River. We're in to Jacksonville today. I'm seeing out of the Atlantic Coast and assisting on the tree line. I'm gonna 7 o'clock this morning. Between levels in the air, the load is already coming to start and appear at the tree line. The 7 8 with a wizard in here and this day that is still sort of pushing up. So that's moved up and chirped in this neighborhood. 700 yards. Have many 7 dozen homes in this neighborhood lookout, but this one home is sit there in the distance. Every has 3 foot of water. Then we had enough people today finished most of that. The people scrambling, people who thought to be in height of ground, who was climbing inside their homes to grab it and couldn't move them a little bit higher up here in this neighborhood. So that's emblematic of what many people here are dealing with. Not only areas where flooding is expected, but number neighborhoods where many people thought maybe okay, the previous storms when very given close to their own, and if this particular storm, others see neighborhood like this and taking on what is putting the gentleman who lived this house, but he came down to check it out. They're all floating is doctor for the most part, as the water is just staying at the door's edge. Without any more rainfall, which is flooding into their homes, and the kind of anxiety that people in the neighborhood are doing this afternoon. That's so much the wind, as you can see from water up window, but the water the people are most worried about now, and no way to protect against time flooding and navigate for